something that Wisconsin hasn't done since 2019. It's currently sitting at number 12, so this is also a big match for them to avenge that loss, get back into the top 10 in the college volleyball rankings.
Number 12, Wisconsin, 14-3 overall, 7-2 in Big Ten play, 5-1 on the road. The Oregon Ducks, 13-6, 4-5 in Big Ten play, looking to get back to 500. They played to a 5-2 record here at home in 2025. Una Vijagic is off to serve this thing away for Wisconsin. Here we go. It's a service error, and Oregon gets on the board first. It's 1-0.
If Oregon is going to have any chance in this match, they're going to have to win the battle at the service line. They're going to have to be very efficient. This Wisconsin offense and defense is very stout, very stingy, does not make a lot of errors, so Oregon has to capitalize on those when they do at the service line.
Reese Shepard serves across, making her first start of her freshman year as one drops right in front of her as the Badgers tie things up at 1. But Reese Shepard has had a larger presence, is of course making her first start. 11 digs, 12 digs, 9 digs in her last 3 matches.
And head coach Trent Kirsten really lauded her efforts as of recently. She's had the serve receive all year, but started to pick it up in production as of recently.
Clemente from the right side gets a swing, but it's batted around. Here's Grace Egan off hands for the kill. Egan, the redshirt sophomore, transfer from Ohio State, coming off a match against Washington in which she hit over 500 with 8 kills. Gets on the board early there from the right side. Kristen Simon to serve again. Fukumoto digs it out in the middle. Shucharovich gets it off the block.
Shucharovich is in the middle, has been so hot as of recently. In the last 2 matches, a combined 13 kills, no errors on 20 swings over the last 2 matches. Here she gets her 14th in 3 matches.
Clemente to the service line. Here's Mimi Collier, first chance. She gets it off of Reese Shepard. And Mimi Collier's return to Matthew Knight Arena, of course, a 3-year Oregon Duck. A fantastic career, led the Ducks to the Elite 8, Sweet 16. It's got to be a weird feeling for Oregon fans seeing her in a different uniform. Myers throws it across. Horner in the middle. Vijagic finds the floor.
The thing about featuring Mimi Collier is you know that Oregon's defense, especially their block, is going to be honing in on trying to stop her, doing whatever they can to shut her down, but it opens up other opportunities for some of those other players.
How about Grace Egan with an ace? Dropping it off the top tape. Falls into a vacated floor for Oregon. And Wisconsin is in front here in the first set, 5-2. Overpass. Horner back set. Alicia Andrew gets the kill.
It's one thing, Wisconsin as a team does not rank very high in the Big Ten in service ace.
It's the first ever meeting between these 2 programs in Eugene. Grace Egan will be back to the service line, left to right. Fukumoto on the dig. Taylor back set. Clemente back row, blocked back. That was Mimi Collier in there with the rejection on freshman Alana Clemente.
Carson, I mentioned how stout this Wisconsin defense is. Pretty much any defensive stat, they're either second or they lead the Big Ten in it. Most digs per set, second most blocks per set, and you see it show up right there.
Shucharovich sliding to her right's blocked back. Sophia Myers wants a rip and finally snaps that 5-0 scoring run that Wisconsin was on. Sophia Myers, the transfer from LMU, came over with Trent Kirsten, getting more and more opportunities as the season goes on, and she's really taking advantage of them.
Yeah, it's good to see that veteran presence. There's been a lot of younger players who have stepped up for Oregon.
Well, how about an ace? She's got 10 kills in 3 of her last 4, 25 total attacks in 4 in a row. Drops in an ace, cut the deficit to 3. Simon on the dig, Collier from the outside, off the block. And that is just so powerful from Mimi Collier and what this Oregon crowd has been used to seeing over the last few years, now in a different uniform.
Yeah, one thing that's been really impressive about Collier is even with the switch to the setter, a few weeks ago with the injury to Charlie Furbringer. Her production has not dropped off at all.
Vowellette checking in for the first time tonight. Collier digs it out. Taylor trying to take advantage of the overpass. Not going to happen. Viagic with a big swing. Oregon keeps it alive. Clemente back row. Can't quite find the corner. Sails a little long, and Wisconsin has its 5-point advantage back.
You know Oregon's going to feed Clemente, try to get her going.
Mimi Collier stays at the service line, hitting over 300 on the year. Overpass cleaned up by Alicia Andrew. That's an area in which Oregon feels like it's done a lot better of a job, is that serve receive, but so far in this first set they've had some struggle with the Wisconsin serve. Collier stays back there. Vowellette gets targeted again, and another service ace for Mimi Collier.
Wisconsin's definitely winning the battle at the service line. It's the one area, one phase of the game that Wisconsin doesn't lead or is second in the Big Ten in. But right now, they certainly have the upper hand at the service line, keeping Collier there right now.
It's a 7-point advantage for Wisconsin. Clemente, huge rip. Collier somehow able to dig it out. Viagic throws it down the line for the kill.
You see right there, we've been talking about Mimi Collier, what a job she's done this year offensively, as she's top 5 in the country in kills percent and points offensively. She's coming off of her performance against Washington. She had a season high 71 swings, 71 attack attempts. It's just insanity. Wisconsin really relies on her to be the focal point of the offense.
Vowellette is blocked back by the 6'3" freshman setter Addie Horner. It's 13-4, Wisconsin in front.
Carson, Olivia and I talked to assistant coach for the Badgers, John Shondell. That's one thing he mentioned, the difference between Addie Horner and Charlie Furbringer. It's a much different lineup defensively because Horner is a bit taller, a bit bigger than Furbringer is. It's a little bit more defensive versatility and defensive upside.
That service error from Mimi Collier snaps a 6-0 Wisconsin scoring run. Oregon desperately needed that side out, trying to get something going. Joust at the net, Vowellette cleans it up.
Carson, that's not one that'll show up on the stat sheet as a service ace, but this is basically a free point right here. We saw Wisconsin do this a couple times, force Oregon into giving a free ball up. Oregon does the same thing right back.
Horner, quick attack. Sophia Myers read it well, but couldn't quite get there. Horner able to get the kill.
Oregon's got to be ready for that. Both Cora Taylor and Addie Horner this year have been exceptional at going for those opportunities on those dump plays. It's worked for both of them in the last few matches. Right here it works for Warner for first kill of the match.
Here's Natalie Wardlow, has struggled from the line of service as of recently, able to get that one across. Oregon keeps it alive. Taylor back set. Clemente big swing. Off the hands at the block. Oregon's back within 7. Alana Clemente continues to impress, coming off her first career double-double. 13 kills, 3 aces, including the match-winning ace against number 25 ranked UCLA on Wednesday. Cora Taylor to serve for Oregon, the transfer from Butler, who, like many players on this Oregon roster, have been better and better as the year goes on. And there's a net violation on Wisconsin. Point goes to Oregon.
It's a good job by Oregon here. See some of the momentum back, start to chip away at this lead. A lot more work to do, but good job playing clean there.
Cora Taylor has really put an emphasis to learn and grow with every individual player on this Oregon roster. As Oregon able to get the point here. Just trying to build trust, build communication. That's something that she said really helped out in the match against UCLA. Just learning what every player wants, and I mean, it's really showing. She's averaging 10 assists per set over her last 6 matches. Staying at the line of service, sneaking this one over, it's an ace!
What a battle at the service line we got going. 2 aces for each team. so far in this first set. What a job by both teams really at the service line to get the other out of system.
Oregon was down 8. They're now down just by 3.
Attacking attempts, so this just goes to show how important her presence is in that front row.
Thank you, Olivia. There's another swing from Collier, but she misses down the line. Oregon within 2. The Ducks trailed by 8. Look out.
I also think Collier is quite an asset to have in the back row because of how great she is defensively. She already has 3 digs in this one, so keeping her in the back line, having her do things like this on the second touch, very valuable.
Oregon able to keep this alive. It'll be a free ball for Wisconsin. Horner back set. Carter Booth swinging on the run. Oregon keeps it alive, and another free ball for the Badgers. Collier from the back row. Kept alive Shepard. Clemente punches it over. It's a point for Oregon. Unbelievable.
I think the Ducks have been working on their scramble drill a little bit. This is a great job to play this up with one hand. There were a couple times. This one was the great play, though. Shepard diving right into our table on our side. Full layout in order to get that one, keep it alive. Ducks within 1 now. What a job.
7-0 scoring run for the Ducks. Viagic going down the line. She's able to find it and snap that streak and end that momentum, but that Cora Taylor serve really had the Badgers on their heels.
And I think it kind of brings a little bit momentum back into Wisconsin's favor.
Horner to serve across. Clemente from the outside off the block with the kill. Alana Clemente's got her 3rd of the match already.
The past few years for Oregon volleyball, the most powerful arm on the floor was Mimi Collier. Now we're seeing a little bit of a passing of the torch. The freshman Alana Clemente has been exceptional all year right there. She shows off some insane power that she has in that left arm.
Vowellette with a service error gives Wisconsin the side out. But, I mean, it's going to just be really, really fun to watch Alana Clemente and Mimi Collier see what they can do against each other in this one. As Una Viagic will go back to serve. Viagic, the redshirt sophomore from Serbia, with a service error. Oregon trying to tie this thing back up for the first time since it was 2-2.
Already a few service errors for Wisconsin. 3 service errors. It's 3 free points for the Ducks.
Soft touch, kept alive nicely by the Ducks. Myers off balance with a good swing, but kept alive. Corner back set. Egan big swing. Taylor, nice job. Clemente off the block. We're knotted up at 16. Alana Clemente's got her 4th kill in the first set.
We're going to keep talking her up. And I think just for our audience to know, she has the most points per set of any freshman in the Big Ten. So it's not like most freshmen or a lot of freshmen in the Big Ten have these kinds of seasons. She's been the best freshman, especially offensively.
In the middle, Carter Booth puts one home. Give Wisconsin its lead back.
And we can talk a lot about Mimi Collier, and she is the focal point of this offense. But another big part of this Wisconsin offense is the middle blocker, Carter Booth. Right now, top 2 in the country in blocks and blocks per set.
Here's Eva Shucharovich getting in the mix with a kill. Tied up again at 17. You could see early in the first set, Oregon really struggled on serve, receive. They've cleaned up defensively, and it's really opened up the offense. And that's something that Valentina Vowellette has mentioned at points this year, and something that's kind of happened in that UCLA match. Their defense was really good, and it allowed the offense to play free as Alana Clemente airmails one to flip it back to Wisconsin. Grace Egan left to right for Wisconsin. Myers off hands. Simon able to dig it out. Horner in the middle. Viagic, soft touch. Back to Myers for the Ducks, off the block.
So far in this one, it's been Sophia Myers and Alana Clemente getting it done. The graduate and the freshman switching up on who Oregon decides to go to, and Sophia Myers has certainly made the most of her opportunities so far in this one.
Collier big swing, but Myers digs it out. Vowellette. Overpass, Taylor. Shucharovich sliding to her right. Oregon takes the lead in the first set. It's 19-18. The Ducks were down by as much as 8.
And the Wisconsin defense, you're starting to see just a few holes, and Oregon starting to figure out where they want to attack. Oregon does a really nice job putting a lot of pressure on Wisconsin's back line, not allowing them to get in system.
Collier puts an end to that with her 4th kill of the night. But for Oregon, 4 players have 2 or more kills, so they're really spreading the wealth offensively.
And Carson, I mentioned how important it is to get Wisconsin out of system. It's because when you allow them to get in system, Collier will terminate it like that.
Back to Shucharovich down the line. Oregon is within 5 points of taking the first set in Matthew Knight Arena.
What a battle in the middle we got going. Carter Booth, we called her name too many times, but she's going to play a key in this one as she's the best middle blocker for Wisconsin. And Eva Shucharovich has made a name for herself in the last few matches in the Big Ten and been very efficient offensively.
Viagic off the cross-court set. Another cross-court set for Vowellette. Popped up in the air. Some miscommunication might work out. Too many touches for Wisconsin. Oregon's got a 2-point lead.
Yeah, I thought Collier was going to give the free ball over to Oregon. They ended up electing not to, trying to set up an out-of-system ball in the middle. I'm not sure if Collier was aware that that first touch off the block was considered the first touch of the possession.
Yeah, it seemed like there was a lot of confusion when those whistles blew on the side of Wisconsin. But it will stay point Oregon, a 2-point advantage. First ever time these two teams have met in Eugene. Viagic with a huge swing. Shucharovich can't keep it alive as it sails into the student section. Wisconsin hitting .320 as a team, something they've done 9 times this year, hit over 300. No team has hit over 300 against Wisconsin this year. Oregon is knocking on the doorstep, at least in this first set, hitting .296. Natalie Wardlow back to serve. Ducks out of system. Joust at the net, won by Wisconsin. Hard to know by Oregon.
This looked initially like it was stuffed and that Wisconsin was all over it. But just a mistake there, a mental mistake. Like they touched the net in order to try to get to that one.
Cora Taylor with a service error. Tough to see for the Ducks. It's Wisconsin the side out. That Cora Taylor serve really had Wisconsin without an answer early in the set. Oregon was down by 8. Cora Taylor went to the line of service and really gave them their lead. Maddie Horner now with a service error, and these teams just trading them. Oregon within 2 of taking the first set, 23-21. Valentina Vowellette, 31 aces on the year, has given the Ducks spark from the line of service all year long. Collier off balance with a big swing, but it's kept alive. Clemente steps into this one trying to go cross court, but misses that sideline. Wisconsin draws within 1.
Really aggressive, tough shot here from Alana Clemente to try to get that. That's the thing about her. As a freshman, she is not afraid to take those tough cross-court shots. They may have a high degree of difficulty, but she believes it. She believes she can make them. She's made a good amount of them, too. Just can't quite connect right there.
Madison Quest checking in for the first time today. Back set to Clemente, who misses the line. We're tied up at 23 in the first set of action. So we have seen Clemente this year with the ability to give you that big swing, but also some finesse. Trying to go for some finesse there, but it didn't work out. Cross court, Myers with her left finds the floor.
Okay, so Clemente, the first option isn't working for you. What do? You go to the other side. The graduate, the veteran, Sophia Myers. Able to get it with the soft touch here. Great job of faking like she was going to swing through that with her right hand, and then just tipping that right in the middle with the left.
Oregon trying to take this first set over the number 12 ranked Wisconsin Badgers. Shepard to serve across. Booth kept alive. Back row Fukumoto will have to send it over. Collier soft touch, kept alive Clemente. Another free ball for Wisconsin. Simon digs it out. Horner in the middle for Booth, who drops it right in front of Reese Shepard.
If you allow Wisconsin to get in system, that's the kind of stuff they're going to do most of today. Get the ball to either Collier or Booth. And more often than not, you give them two worth talking about, I think.
Here's Kristen Simon. You got to win by 2. Fukumoto digs it out in the middle. Shucharovich with the kill. Oregon with maybe a ball don't lie moment as the Ducks are within a point of taking the first set.
Good job here by Shucharovich. Great setup and great quick ball set up by Cora Taylor for Shucharovich to just pound right down the seam.
Clemente, one of the most aggressive servers on this Oregon roster, puts one right into the net, her second service error of the night. Was trying to give Oregon a first set victory, but instead Wisconsin gets the side out and keeps this first set alive. Both teams hitting over 300. Egan across. Fukumoto on the dig. Taylor sets for Myers, who has to adjust but's able to put it away.
A great push there by Sophia Myers. Not really a full swing through, just kind of pushing it, guiding it to the floor right into the block. The block can't answer.
Sophia Myers back to the service line. She's had a great first set, 4 kills and ace 4 digs. Trying to end this first set. Collier from the outside with a huge swing off of Eva Shucharovich, who couldn't believe it. This first set will continue.
This is the first time we've seen Collier try to go right through the block of the Oregon Ducks. She's able to get it there. Unfortunate bounce and carom there off the block for the Ducks.
Clemente from the back row with a huge swing. It's kept alive. Viagic kept alive by Shepard. Now Vowellette going soft touch. Quick attack. Another quick attack, this time by Oregon. Cora Taylor finishes that one, and Oregon's got its lead back. Quick attack after quick attack. Now Oregon with a chance to steal this first set yet again. Viagic is blocked back. Oregon takes the first set, 28-26.
What a stepped up, and really there's been no drop-off offensively. Addie Horner done a great job stepping in for Furbringer. This coaching staff for Wisconsin has talked about her quite a bit, saying that they don't have All-American expectations for her the way they do Furbringer, but she's soaked up and learned a lot and grown a lot since starting.
Alana Clemente with a block on Grace Egan, and the Ducks start out 1-0 in the second set. But I mean, you look at Addie Horner, and she's got 13 assists so far in this one. On the other end for Oregon, Cora Taylor has 12. So we're seeing two offenses that could be very dangerous, as Vowellette is still at the service line. Booth with a big swing. Got it off the fingertips. Back to her. Taylor can't keep it alive, diving to her left.
Good opportunity here to feed Booth. The Badgers see a bit of an opening in the middle. They're trying to take advantage of it. They went to her once, it didn't work, but a second time Oregon wasn't completely ready for it. It's able to find the floor.
Viagic across. Clemente cross court for the kill. Number 5 on the match already. She ties Eva Shucharovich with a team lead.
Great job by Clemente here, going around the block, finding that perfect angle in order to catch Wisconsin in that zone, that far zone, cross-court zone off guard.
Booth, soft touch, kept alive by Oregon, trying to feed Sophia Myers, who finds the back row. Sophia Myers now the third Oregon Duck with 5 kills in the match. That's an impressive swing. Myers hitting over 600 early with those 5 kills and 4 digs. Miscommunication for Wisconsin. Oregon in system. Collier blocks Clemente.
Yeah, Wisconsin a little bit out of sorts there on the second touch, trying to go with a bump set, but Collier makes up for it with a great block here on Clemente. Collier kind of knew it the entire way, it looked like. Was able to read that play, knew that set was going to the outside for Clemente. Able to get there first.
Almost like she saw it in slow motion. She's able to get the solo block, and Shucharovic finds the center of the floor. Oregon back in front by 2. How impressive has Eva Shucharovic been? That's her 6th kill and 7 total attacks. Egan, a nice job to keep this alive. Collier from the back row, spins it across. Shucharovic trying to go back-to-back. She can't. Nice job by the Badgers. Clemente with a big swing, but a violation on Oregon. Point goes to Wisconsin.
And how about the defense for both teams? This is an Oregon team that early in the year really struggled on serve receive. They really struggled defensively getting digs, but Reese Shepard and the Ducks collectively have really stepped up against one of the best defensive teams in the country in Wisconsin.
Shucharovic tries to go off the block. A violation. So we're knotted up at 4 in the second set after Oregon was able to knock the first set in their favor. Egan to the service line. Clemente from the back row gets the kill.
This is one of the advantages of getting attacks from the back row. You have a little bit more space, a little bit more open floor to work with. You see Collier and the Wisconsin block set up with Alicia Andrew. But Clemente does a nice job of still going right around it through the middle, even though Wisconsin kind of anticipated it.
Bump set to Collier, who wants it off the hands of the Oregon block, but for now she's not going to get it. Sails a little long. Oregon takes a 2-point lead, and everyone for Wisconsin kind of looking back at its own bench saying, I don't know, it looked like it was off the block. They won't challenge. Myers across, a service error. Wisconsin gets the side out. But certainly ever since the first, call it 15 points of the match, that Oregon back row defense has been really impressive. 16 digs for the Ducks so far. Collier across, Shepard on the dig. Oregon in system, Shucharovic off hands gets the kill.
A couple points ago, Shucharovic had her first error in about 3 or 4 matches, and she's been very efficient in that time frame. Well, she answers right back with another kill. They've been finding her on the slide play. Now she heads to the service line.
That seems like one of her most comfortable positions to be in, is when she's sliding to her right. As Wisconsin gets the kill. So back and forth we go in the second set of action.
This is one lineup that opposing teams, especially through Big Ten play, when they see Cora Taylor in the front row on the right side, they want to try to take advantage of it, because Cora Taylor only stands at 5'9", so most attackers, most middle blockers can go right over that. Great job by the Wisconsin attacker to get that kill there.
Valette's been quiet. She's blocked. Collier from the back row flies in, sails strong. Point Oregon. Mimi Collier on the season is 35% of the team's total attacks, 122 total swings in the last 2 matches. Wisconsin really just trying to feed her, but today they're kind of spreading it around a little bit more. Clemente with a huge rip. Here's an overpass and a chance for Oregon. Valette, big swing, gets the kill. Her 4th And correction actually goes towards Wisconsin. Violation on Oregon. Horner to serve. Isaac, we've talked about it. Addie Horner's done a really nice job filling in for Charlie Furbringer. 40 assists in back-to-back matches. Quest can't get it over the net. Just trading points back and forth are the Ducks and Badgers. Wisconsin hitting 200 and in the negatives in this current set. Simon with a nice dig. Horner sets up Egan. Kept alive by Shepard. Taylor bump set to the middle for Vowellette. Collier diving dig to keep it alive. Egan off balance, punched around. Free ball for the Ducks. Miscommunication, it goes towards the Badgers.
And these defenses are flying around right now. That's a miscommunication by the Ducks that is unfortunate for them, but Wisconsin's had a few of those as well. This is the first real mistake defensively for Oregon that we've seen where there's no one in the area. But man, these back rows are flying around.
Viagic with a high arcing serve across. Clemente's blocked back by Collier and Booth.
Great off-speed serve there by Viagic. Great job finding the open zone on the floor.
Head coach Kelly Sheffield said Viagic is not a player that's going to hit a ton of home runs, but she's going to hit a lot of doubles and triples. Plays her position extremely well, does the little things right. A fun player to watch as Booth finishes this one off. And Wisconsin takes the lead.
That attack and this point was set up by another serve that got Oregon out of system. Viagic went back to the same exact zone right in front of Myers on the left side of Oregon. Let's see if she goes there again.
She tried to. Oregon gets into system. Myers with a huge rip, drops it just in front of Kristen Simon. Score knots out at 10 apiece. You can see when that back row defense for Oregon is able to control themselves on serve receive, it just sets up the offense to have so much more success, and that's really been the key of the match, I'd say, so far. Huge swing for Grace Egan as she's able to put it away.
I think that's the fun thing about having so many weapons that you know you can go to, and both of these teams do. Both of these teams have shown that they have a variety of playmakers who can get terminations and get kills when they need to. It's a matter of whether or not that back row and whether that team defense is going to stand strong.
Oregon goes back to Myers. Sophia Myers gets the kill. Her 7th of the night already on 11 total swings. They got to watch out for her. There's so much talk about Alana Clemente and Valentina Vallelette. Sometimes you forget about number 13.
I think the thing that stands out about her stat line right now, 7 kills on 11 swings, no errors. Been very clean, putting it in play.
Egan can't find the floor. Point Ducks. Oregon in a stretch right now, playing its 4th straight ranked opponent. Come away with a couple of wins in that span. Clemente with a nice serve. Wisconsin out of system. Collier with a swing. Can't get it off the block. Sends it strong. A 2-point Oregon advantage.
While the first set was a set of runs, the second set has been a lot of back and forth trading points. This is the first real scoring run that we've seen here in this one. Oregon with a 3-0 scoring run here.
Alana Clemente finds that back line for the ace, and it's a 4-0 scoring run for the Ducks. Perfect placement from the true freshman.
Yeah, I don't think you could place that any better, even if you walked up to the line and put it right on the line. She did a great job. Her jump serve is very high risk, high reward. Right there, it works out.
Simon with a nice dig. Corner to Collier, who's able to split Oregon's defense in half. Collier gets her 6th kill of the afternoon. One thing that Cora Taylor and the rest of this Oregon team was kind of talking about coming into this match is they need to find a way to neutralize Mimi Collier best as possible. You don't need to completely shut her down, as there's a service ace for Grace Egan. You don't need to completely shut down Mimi Collier. You just have to make her a little quiet. And she's hitting under 200 right now, so they've done a pretty good job of doing just that.
I'll remind you, actually last weekend, Oregon just faced one of the best players in the country in Julia Hansen, and they also limited her to under 200, didn't hit very well.
But Oregon finds itself with a 2-point advantage. 15-13 overpass. Vowellette tried to take advantage. Taylor going to Vowellette, who punches it over. Collier, big swing, blocked back, out of bounds. Oregon gets tooled. Collier gets her 7th kill.
Collier showing off the power right there. She has a cannon for her right arm. What a job right there. Hard to contain when she fires one into the block. Oregon was just a touch late getting there. Collier did a nice job of terminating that one.
Score has been tied 15 times already in this match with 4 lead changes. Oregon a little out of system, and Shucharovich with a misfire. Tied up again. This time at 15 in the second set. You look at kind of the numbers on the night for both these teams. Wisconsin hitting 100 in this second set. Oregon now 136 after that. And Mimi Collier with a service error, but Oregon's done a really nice job cleaning it up after really that 6-2 start for Wisconsin in the first set. Trent Kirsten called the timeout. Ever since then, Oregon has looked just a lot better.
And right now they're in a battle, a back and forth battle here in the second set. Neither team's been able to pull away, really.
Vowellette, big rip, kept alive Egan. Quest from the back row, perfect placement, but Shucharovich is there. Clemente back row, off the block. Great set from Cora Taylor, and just barely got it off the fingertips there of the Wisconsin block. It's 7 kills now for Alana Clemente. Oregon really feeding her. She's got 17 total swings. Shucharovich to the line of service, and she's able to get the ace.
Shucharovich really not known.
Has faced them.
Carson, one stat I think that stands out that kind of encapsulates this performance by Oregon and this defense so far. Wisconsin on the year hitting .306, hitting over 300 on the season as an offense. Oregon has just limited them to .214. There's a lot more work to do for the Ducks, but off to a strong start here in the second set.
Yeah, and only 2 blocks for Oregon too. So that kind of what that tells you is that back row, that backline defense for Oregon, it's been stellar. Don't want to sound like a broken record, but that's a part of this team that really struggled early on. When they're struggling, that back row, or when they're doing well, that back row defense is solid and sets everything else up. And I mean, so far tonight it has been. Oregon within 6 points of taking the first set. Cora Taylor to the line of service. She sent the Ducks on a big run in the first set, trying to do the same here. Carter Booth with a swing, kind of knocked around a little bit before it finds the floor for the kill.
You're not going to contain Wisconsin forever, because between Carter Booth and Mimi Collier, more often than not, they're going to find ways to terminate, get kills right there. Poor setup by the block for Oregon.
Give and go to Vowellette, who gets it off the block. Good effort on the other end by Kirsten Simon. But you can't keep it alive.
That was Myers with the set there. Great job by Oregon. You see a lot of team defense for the Ducks, as well as team setting. We've seen Vowellette and now Myers get in on the setting action.
No one wants to get in the way of that one. Mimi Collier explodes from the back row. Her 8th kill cuts the deficit to 2. More back and forth between these two programs. Playing for the first ever time in Matthew Knight Arena. Viagic with the serve across. Myers with a big swing. Simon keeps it alive. Collier from the bump set. Finds the back line.
Great job by Collier here, getting this set high up in the air, going over the block. Great job by the Badgers. Great job by Collier. And a great set to set that up, too.
Viagic with that rainbow serve across. Quick attack, Holly McFadden. Hello. It's a 3-point lead for Oregon.
So Wisconsin goes with the high rainbow set, arching to the outside for Mimi Collier. But Cora Taylor just lines this one right to Holly McFadden on the 2-ball in the middle. Great job to terminate.
Just the first kill for Holly McFadden on the night. Collier steps into it, but Oregon is ready. Back to Myers. She's blocked back by Carter Booth.
That's the problem with those out-of-system balls. It really allows the opponent's block to tee off on shots and swings like that. Andrew and Collier all over that one. Perfect timing in order to, and perfect hand placement too, in order to get that rejection, send it back.
Kristen Simon back to serve, had 10 digs against Washington, already has 8 here tonight. He's been all over the place defensively, trying to do something offensively. Kept alive by Wisconsin. Grace Egan going down the sideline for the Wisconsin point.
Haven't called Egan's name too many times, but he's done a really nice job. 5th kill of the night. Only 10 attempts, though. So Wisconsin offense trying to spread it around a little bit more between Egan, Booth, and Viagic. And
ranked team in the country. It's been pretty evenly matched. Both teams hitting exactly 262 on the night. Oregon defense has done a great job against this Wisconsin offense, which is one of the best in the country. Here's a cross-court set for Clemente. She's blocked back by Collier. Myers is blocked back this time. Oregon keeps it alive. Going back to Clemente. Soft touch, free ball. Oregon sent straight down by Shucharovic. But it'll be a violation and a point to Wisconsin.
Shucharovic knew that she had just a free opportunity to take this one down, but got a little bit too excited right here because on her way down, ended up, it almost looked like a dunk, like a slam dunk onto the net there. Not what you want to do in volleyball. In another sport that they play here in Matthew Knight Arena, it'll work, but not on the net.
22-21, and Kristen Simon kind of took that one, it seemed like, to the face from Shucharovic. Just so close. Simon wasn't really in a blocking position, but she's okay in staying in. Wisconsin trying to knot things up. Back set, Clemente has to adjust. Does a nice job getting Wisconsin out of system and tying things up at 22.
What a great job by Clemente to make the most of this one. The set by Taylor was just a little bit high. Clemente kind of mistimed it. She ended up having to send a down ball across. Standing kind of off-balance shot. Ended up going across and then forcing that.
It's another service error from Clemente, though. Wisconsin able to retake the lead.
It's pretty incredible that this Oregon team is hanging with this number 12 Wisconsin team right now. Really, I mean, 2 points decided that first set. And it looks like we're going to probably, potentially, just came out strong with that 6-2 lead in the first set. This is the largest lead they've had here in the second.
The Badgers looking to respond. Clemente, huge swing with the kill. Number 9 on the afternoon for Alana Clemente keeps the Ducks alive in the second set.
And what a job from the back row. You set her up in the middle of the high set. by Taylor there. What a job by Clemente going around the block. He's utilizing the entire width of the floor.
Myers sends one a little long, and Wisconsin is able to close out Oregon in the second set, 25-23. But as these sides flip, I mean, you're
pulling away, getting the final win, 25-23, but their last 4 points were Oregon errors. So there's still a good amount to clean up for Oregon that Wisconsin's taken advantage of so far.
Oregon tried to get going early right there with Alana Clemente, but unable to do so. So Una Vijagic will be back to serve again. A really interesting story for Vijagic. Tore her ACL in the Serbian Cup Volleyball Championship in February of 2024. Was undecided on what she really wanted to do. Decided playing college volleyball was something that she wanted, as there's a block for Alana Clemente, make it 9 matches in a row with a block for her. But Vijagic was kind of undecided as what route she wanted to go, realized college volleyball was it. Started sending out tons of emails to schools, and eventually Kelly Sheffield reached out, had a visit, and rest is kind of history. She's been a phenomenal player, spent 2024 rehabbing, and just a big player for this team. Has had a good night tonight as well, 5 kills and 5 digs.
Yeah, and I think that she also is used in very similar way to the way Mimi Collier is. She doesn't get as many swings offensively, but also utilized in the back row quite a bit. 3 double-doubles this year, so a big contributor defensively as well as offensively. She's also kind of the second leading attacker for this Wisconsin Badgers team.
Oregon trying to go back to Clemente to no success, and it's a 3-1 Wisconsin lead in set number 3. We're all tied up at a set apiece. It's been back and forth all afternoon long, as there's an ace for
Kristen Simon's performance so far gone a little bit unnoticed because she's not getting swings. She's a libero, so you don't really call her name too much. She's been doing a great job. She's played with a lot of effort, laying out on most plays.
Shuterovic and Clemente combined for the block on Mimi Collier. Stuff Collier again. That's the second or third time tonight that Collier has been blocked. They've been ready for her. Clemente has 4 errors, make it 5 from the service line tonight. You know what you're going to get with her. It's going to be super aggressive, and tonight has just had a hard time getting over the net.
One thing Trent Kirsten talked about coming into this week is she's always had that jump serve this year. She's found more success with it as of recently coming into this match, but it's always been there.
Myers goes off hands for the kill. Sophia Myers has her 9th kill on the night. Just really starting to get it going. 10 kills in 3 of her last 4. As she's gotten worked into the rotation more and more as the year is drawn on. Taylor tried to get cute with the free ball, but couldn't get it over the net. 6-3, Wisconsin leads. It'll be Collier back to the line of service. Quick attack, Cora Taylor responds to an error on the point previous and gets the kill.
It's a great read here by Cora Taylor. She sees at the middle of the defense, it's wide open for that dump play. She executes it perfectly. She's come up with that dump play and some clutch moments for the Ducks. There's another one right there.
Yeah, that's her 2nd kill on the night. Only has 18 on the year. Vowellette trying to get involved. Going right back to her off hands. Kept alive, not for long.
Vowellette is such a powerful attacker. You see right here, instead of trying to go around the block the way Clemente has for most of the night, she says, I'm going to try to power this one right through it.
Perfect spot serve from Shuterovic. Joust at the net, won by Wisconsin. Vowellette, big swing, but into the net. Point to Wisconsin. Badgers back with a 2-point advantage.
This is one thing we saw in the first two sets that Oregon did a really nice job of recovering after Wisconsin got the block with the tip drill, with the scramble drill, and then able to just get some out of system balls and just make the most of them right there. Wisconsin was all over that one, and Oregon couldn't recover. Vallette, the swing.
Natalie Wardlow trying to find Vallette on the defensive back row, but she misses down the line, a service error. It's the 8th service error, pardon, 7th service error for Wisconsin on the night. Back set, Collier. Little too much gas on it. And Oregon ties the score at 7. Oregon will not go away. I mean, they are hanging tough against the number 12 ranked Wisconsin Badgers.
Yeah, another great job. They did this in the first set when Wisconsin built up an early lead, able to battle right back.
Soft touch, pancake kept alive by Shepard, and Vallette finishes it off.
Reese Shepard has been so incredible to watch tonight, and this is just another play that is just perfectly executed. It's a tough play to make in order to dive, get that hand in there.
That's her 9th dig on the night. Swing from Viegic, she gets it off the block for the kill.
To talk a little bit about Reese Shepard, she was not the starting libero to start the year, but as of a couple weeks ago, stepped into that starting libero spot and has been producing. One thing this team talked about earlier this week in the press conference, they said that she had all the tools, she had the serve receive, just needed to get a little bit more production out of her. That's exactly what they've gotten as of recently and here tonight.
Alana Clemente steps into this one, gets the kill off the Wisconsin block. Clemente, the first player on the floor to reach double-digit kills on the night. She's also got 3 blocks and 5 digs.
It's now her 9th straight match with 10 or more kills. It's, again, through conference play, she's been the leader of the attack.
The freshman Clemente is playing like a true veteran. Oregon's going right back to her. She gets it off the block. Back-to-back kills for Alana Clemente. And now Vallette to the service line. Been a relatively quiet night for her in her standards. Madison Quest drops one straight down in front of the Oregon back row. But for Valentina Vallette, 21 total swings, hitting 143. Even without one of their best players, Oregon has put themselves in a pretty nice position here. Tied up at a set apiece with the number 12 ranked team in the country. Quest with a big rip, but kept alive in the back row. Some miscommunication from Oregon. Going to Collier. It's got a little too much on it, and it's a 2-point duck advantage.
Collier has had a hard time on some of the timing, on some of these high rainbow sets. You see, this is a bump set from the libero in Simon. Collier wasn't really ready for it, didn't time it up quite right. There's been a few mistakes like that by Collier that have forced her to miss long here tonight.
Yeah, and Mimi Collier not having the return that she would have liked, at least not yet. She's hitting under 100. She's only hit under 100 in a full match twice this year. Once against Texas and then Penn State. Oregon has certainly had an answer for her. Myers cross court for the kill.
This is quite the shot here by Sophia Myers. Perfect angle here in order to find the opposite sideline. Those cut shots, we've seen Clemente try a few of them. Now Myers getting in on the action. Great job there.
Collier, a huge swing, kept alive Fukumoto. Oregon's going to be able to get this one across. A free ball for Wisconsin. In the middle, it's Andrew on the kill. Splitting that Oregon defense right through the middle.
Great set here and a great attack. Great finish by Andrew. Has most of the floor to work with. He's able to terminate.
Clemente airmails this one. And things are all tied up at 12 in set number 3. Oregon took the first set 28-26. Wisconsin responded with a 25-23 second set victory. We stay back and forth in the third set. Myers on the dig. In the middle, Shucharovich knocks it home. Her 8th kill on the night. Clemente and Myers, the only 2 players on the floor with double-digit kills. Myers to serve, targeting Mimi Collier. Andrew on the run, off the block, gets the kill. Her 4th of the night. She's perfect so far with 4 total swings. Collier with no spin across, free ball. Andrew cleans it up. It's back-to-back kills for Alicia Andrew, the redshirt sophomore.
We haven't seen Oregon give up too many overpasses on the first serve like this one right here. Vowlette just a little bit awkward on the reception, not able to fully get underneath it.
Collier with an error now. Oregon sides out.
Feels like another set, Carson, that's going to come down to the wire. Both these teams just trading sets, a few errors here and there, a few free balls, but these teams very even right now, and it just comes down to the final few points of the set.
Collier comes flying in from the back row, gets it off the deflection, and with
sideline on a couple aggressive cut shots. She's been great at the service line, obviously not here in this moment where she has a service error, but on the attack, an exceptional and been a great compliment to Alana Clemente.
That's little broadcaster's jinx from her. Tied up at 20. Here in the third set. The former Duck Collier sends it across. Vowlette goes off the block for a kill. Her 8th on the night. Oregon trying to get her going late in this match, as Oregon is 4 points away from taking a 2-set advantage. Quick attack, Addie Horner finds the floor.
That dump play is so effective when the defense, especially the block, is ready for the setter to set to the outside. Right there, Horner saw that ball, kind of the trajectory was very low. That would be a tough ball to set. So what does she do? She just taps it over with her left hand. It ends in a point for Wisconsin, a kill for Horner.
Yeah, she's tried that a few times tonight, been successful twice. It's her 2nd kill in 3 attempts. Overpass, Taylor keeps it alive. Duck's able to punch it across and stay alive. Horner back set, Carter Booth swinging to the back row. And the Badgers take a 1-point lead. Horner 6'3", so it's just a much different look. It's very different in terms of what you're going to get, but Horner's found a way to be extremely successful. Chan able to keep that alive. Viagich goes off the block for the kill, a 2-point Wisconsin advantage. Viagich has number 8 on the night.
This is where at the end of sets, Wisconsin was able to pull away in the set in conference play. That's going to be a big one that the Badgers are just gearing up for here. But still got to finish out this one here at Matthew Knight Arena. But that one going to be a big test against the #1 team in the country, and that hasn't really been tested or really struggled against any of their opponents this year yet.
Oregon's given Wisconsin a good test. The Ducks trying to even things up. Madison Quest goes off the block as Wisconsin starts in front 1-0.
And the other attackers for Wisconsin have really stepped up too. Oregon defense has been strong, but good job by Wisconsin setting up players like Quest, Booth, Andrew.
How about Sophia Myers getting in the mix for Oregon? 12 kills for her now, hitting right around 400. So all this talk about Alana Clemente, who's been great, and Valentina Valolette, who's starting to get it going as the day goes on. Sophia Myers right in the middle of it all for Oregon. Reese Shepard to serve across. Collier steps into it, blocked back by Shucharovic. And Clemente right back to Collier, and you just can't contain her. Kill number 12.
Especially with an angle like that. She goes into the block on the first attempt, but then the second one ends up going the opposite zone, opposite side of the court. Sophia Myers, not much time to react there, especially when Collier's punishing balls like that.
Shucharovic tries soft touch, kept alive. Wisconsin just got Oregon out of system, and the Ducks really had no response.
The scramble drill was working for Oregon early. Saw a couple of those plays where the Ducks were able to recover off the Wisconsin block, keep it alive, turn it into some out-of-system attacks. It just hasn't worked.
There's another kill for Clemente off the block, out of bounds. Andrew and Collier were up front. Kind of how every set has started, really. It's been Wisconsin getting out to a 3-1 advantage, but Oregon has been able to claw back. Clemente able to get the ace, drops it in front of Collier. Clemente has struggled from the line of service tonight, although that is her second ace.
I mentioned how the jump serve with her, it's all about timing. This time she times it up perfectly. Perfect contact on the ball, right over the net.
Another just perfect one that barely hits the top of the tape. Quest off the cross-court set, gets it across. Myers is blocked back. Back to Myers, soft touch for the kill. Great court vision from the transfer senior Sophia Myers, number 13 on the night.
Yeah, right here, Myers does a good job. There were defenders ready for the tip on that attack, but Myers puts it in the perfect spot in order to kill that one.
Clemente trying to put Oregon on a run. Gets Wisconsin out of system for a bit. Shucharovic, huge swing. Back to Collier. Shepard is ready. It goes out of bounds. Another Collier kill, her second of the set.
Got to give some effort to these defenses here in this one. 34 digs for Wisconsin, 31 for Oregon. Shepard with 11. And Kristen Simon, the one with 12, leading the way for Wisconsin. Great job by both defense. Been flying around, extending a lot of these rallies. Most of these points have been kept alive because of some great back row play by both teams.
Sophia Myers with 10+ kills in 4 of her last now 5. The line of service has been great, hitting over 400, the only Duck to hit over 330 on the afternoon. Valolette goes cross court and finds the sideline as she works into double-digit kills. 3 Ducks with double-digit kills, just 1 for Wisconsin. It's Mimi Collier. Clemente with 14, Myers with 13. Now Valolette with 10. Wisconsin out of system, sends a free ball over to the Ducks. Back row Clemente, kept alive. Collier off balance, gets it over. Back set, Shucharovic has her 10th kill. 7-4, Oregon in front.
The Ducks are really showing off all their weapons that they have today. Shucharovic now, double-digit kills. This is a dangerous attack for the Ducks. Certainly shown it off.
It's the first time that Eva Shucharovic has had double-digit kills since September 11th for San Diego State. How about this scramble drill for the Ducks, able to keep it alive. Pit crew loves it, and Alicia Andrew puts a silence to it.
Wow, but what a job by Clemente to keep it alive. But a great job by Wisconsin to finish that one off. Been a few times where Oregon's been able to extend the rally. Wisconsin, though, couldn't take advantage of getting Oregon out of system and taking care of some free balls. Wisconsin takes care of business there.
Vowellette struggles with the serve from Collier. Vijagic goes off the Cora Taylor and Eva Shuterovich block for the kill.
A little bit early on the block there for Oregon. Vijagic able to take advantage, though. Great job there.
Vijagic will head to the bench. It's like maybe got cut up on the hand. And we will take a short timeout with Oregon leading over Wisconsin in the fourth set, 7-6. We've talked about how 6 of Wisconsin's 7 conference wins have been 3-set sweeps, and how Oregon has been able to really do a good job of being dominant. And it's immediate timeout, so we'll step aside. 7-6, Oregon leads. Never mind. We are keeping it here. Vijagic stays in. Collier to serve. Vowellette barely able to dig it out. The give and go off the block, and Valentina Vowellette capitalizes for her 11th kill. She has really come to life here in the second, third, and fourth sets.
Yeah, had a bit of a slow start. Wasn't seeing as many swings, but has gotten some opportunities here in the third and fourth especially, terminating a lot of swings.
Vijagic goes right to the center of the floor for the kill, and seems like she's okay after getting cut up just a few plays ago.
Yeah, and I think it was because she put her entire force of her body and so much momentum into that swing. A little bit of an awkward landing there when she came back down to the floor.
Miley Chan will serve, the sophomore from Portland, Oregon. Can't find the sideline, misses wide. Oregon retakes the 2-point advantage. It's 9-7 in the fourth set. Back to Vijagic, who airmails it a little long.
It's the first time we've seen Wisconsin try to push that to the back row, because Oregon has been very stout back there, been ready for plays like that. Vijagic tries to catch Oregon off guard, doesn't work.
Vijagic with another opportunity, gets this one off the block. So we've seen her mix in a few different types of attacks. Tried a little bit of finesse on the point previous, and then right there, just a huge swing. And Oregon's block not quite there in time. Corner. Myers digs it out. Bump set to Clemente, who's blocked back. Oregon keeps it alive. Madison Quest blocked back by Clemente. Alana Clemente is doing it all for the Ducks.
Carson, I'm not sure how the Ducks kept this alive. Just a few taps, a few touches, the scramble drill. I don't know if that's something you work on in practice as a volleyball team, but it feels like the Ducks have, because a lot of them, majority of them, have gone their way tonight.
Collier, huge swing. What an effort by Vowellette to keep it alive. It'll be a free ball for Wisconsin. Corner in the middle for Booth. She's blocked back by McFadden. Right back to her. Shepard is there. Cross court set. Myers is blocked back out of bounds. Point Oregon. 4-point lead for the Ducks as they try to tie this match up in 2 sets apiece.
Wisconsin had another opportunity where they got a free ball from Oregon, where Oregon was scrambling to keep it alive, gifted the free ball, but Wisconsin couldn't take advantage. Oregon's able to turn it into points.
Service error, immediately flips it back to Wisconsin. Vowellette will head to the bench, and Fukumoto will check in for the Ducks. Una Vijagic will serve for Wisconsin. Give and go, Myers finds the hardwood. Another kill for Sophia Myers. She's got 15. She's one shy of a career high at Oregon. Back to Myers, back-to-back kills. Sophia Myers ties an Oregon career high with 16 kills, and Oregon leads Wisconsin by 5 here in the fourth set.
Cora Taylor has been feeding the hot hand in Sophia Myers. It's a great job by Taylor, putting the last few sets just on the inside, just enough for her to get it inside the block of Wisconsin.
Collier with an answer, however, and that snaps that scoring run for Oregon. Oregon's block just could not get in there. Clemente the only one in the area, and Collier experienced enough to work it around her.
It's the upside of that low arcing set.
Service ace for Kristen Simon. Caught the Ducks sleeping. Simon with 2 aces on the night. Back set to Clemente, who can't find the back line. 14-12, Wisconsin inches a little closer. Myers spins it off the net. Collier cross court, kept alive. Give and go, back to Myers, soft touch. Wisconsin is ready for it. Madison Quest, dug out by Cora Taylor. In the middle, Clemente, a running start, but it's kept alive by Wisconsin. Badger's gonna feed, Collier trying to go cross court, she cannot. Oregon, next generation of sports production professionals. For more information, visit big10network.com/studentu. Collier, hook shot across. Cora Taylor with one of her own for the kill. Oregon hitting .370 as a team in this fourth set. Wisconsin just .217 and hitting under .300 for the match. Going back to Collier, who finds the hardwood. Hammers it home. Her 15th of the night. Still, however, 16-13, Oregon in front. There's an offense for Wisconsin, of course, that is so dominant all year long, but struggling, I guess you could say, a little bit. They've hit under .300 in 3 consecutive matches. Currently under .300 right now as well. So Oregon, I mean, just to put emphasis on how good that they have been. Back set to Clemente going cross court, but a nice job by Grace Egan to keep it alive. And then Collier trying to go cross court, she can't. It's a tough shot for her to hit. Oregon will take the point.
And just to add to your point, Carson, hitting .300 is, for a lot of teams, not really the standard. Hitting .300 for some teams would be a miracle. For most teams, standards around .250, but Wisconsin's just been that good most of the year, especially offensively, being led by Mimi Collier. Ducks have been up to the task in limiting them. Again, Wisconsin's been great against most Big Ten opponents. Here at Matthew Knight Arena, though, have struggled to really dominate the way they have against a lot of Big Ten teams.
Mimi Collier with a great serve, kept alive by Reese Shepard. It'll be a free ball for Wisconsin. Oregon's got to get back into position. Clemente with the diving save. Another free ball for the Badgers. From the back row, Collier steps into it and sends it long. A 4-point Oregon advantage as they were able to just steal a point. I mean, every single set was extremely close. It just looked better and better as Vijagic plants one home. It's a 3-point deficit for Wisconsin now. It's her 12th kill.
I think that's the thing to highlight with those 5-set matches and the lack of 5-set matches that Wisconsin has played in this year is they just don't have that much experience in 5-set matches. You have to go back all the way, Carson, like you said, to their first match of the year for their last 5-setter.
Clemente caps that one off with an exclamation point. 19-15. He just explodes from the back row.
And meanwhile, Carson, Oregon is a team that a lot of their wins, 3 of their wins this year, have been in 5-set matches. They're 3-2 on the year, 5 total 5-set matches this year. They have a lot of experience if they get into this final set, if they're able to finish this one off and extend it to a 5th.
Yeah, and you wonder how much that really plays into effect, right? You got to think about that. Oregon is a little bit more tested with, they've played 5-set matches. Wisconsin just the 1. But also, you factor in fatigue. How does that play into a factor? Oregon may be a little more conditioned for something like that. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, this 4th set certainly not over yet. Wisconsin within 3. It feels like at any moment this is a team that can go on a 10-point run. But, I mean, it's certainly something to keep an eye out on.
And also, while Wisconsin is more of the veteran team, Oregon is a very young team, a very new team. So as far as veteran playing experience, Wisconsin has the advantage. But as far as 5-set matches this year and sort of these longer, drawn-out matches, Oregon has the advantage so far in this season.
And Wisconsin is inching a little closer, trailed by 4, now by 2, 19-17. Horner serves across. Vowellette gets blocked back. Clemente gets it off the block. Oregon needs 5 points to send this to a 5th set.
For a lot of these kills for Oregon, the Wisconsin block has been there. They've been set up, but Oregon is not afraid to try to go either around it or right through it. That time, able to get it off the body of the Wisconsin block.
There's a free point turned in by the Ducks to Wisconsin. Another service error. It's the 16th on the night for Oregon. If you would have told me that Oregon would have 16 service errors against Wisconsin and a chance to send it to a 5th set, I'll tell you, that's pretty wild. Myers give and go down the line, misses a little wide.
But service errors have been an Achilles heel and kind of a problem for this Duck squad most of the year. A lot of their players who have 10 or more service aces also have just as many, if not more, service errors on the year. Like very high in both service aces and errors.
Cora Taylor with the fake set. Sneaks it over. Wisconsin was sleeping. Nice heads-up play by the veteran Cora Taylor. Her second kill, pardon, 3rd kill on the night. 21-19. Oregon trying to force a 5th set against the number 12 ranked Wisconsin Badgers. Oregon has held Wisconsin to hit 207 in this 4th set. Give and go to Collier with a powerful swing for the kill.
It's not a surprise that when Wisconsin needs a point, needs to put the final touches on crawling back and tying up this set. We go to Collier. Hasn't been consistent the entire night.
One-hand set for Myers, who puts it across. Back to Collier. Collier's got back-to-back kills. We're tied up at 21. That's 17 kills from Amy Collier and 44 attacks.
Collier hasn't been super consistent. More often than not, it's worked. The Ducks aren't in perfect position, don't do everything perfectly defensively. Collier's going to terminate.
Bump set going right back to Collier. The block is there for Oregon. In the middle, Andrew. Taylor was there. Alana Clemente just ran half the distance of the court to put that one away.
Seen a couple swings that she's gotten like this that Taylor has set up for her. They're high shots right in the middle, right in the front. Usually you see someone from the back row attack those. And kind of an awkward angle for Clemente to turn on that one. But she's done a nice job with the ones that she's gotten.
Myers goes off the block. 17 kills for Sophia Myers. The Ducks within 2 points of taking the fourth set and forcing a fifth. Wisconsin's going to call another timeout. We are going to step aside. Back and forth in the fourth set. 23-21. Oregon in front here on Breading Water right now, hitting .235. Not something that we are accustomed to seeing from this Wisconsin team. But Oregon's really stepped up in every way imaginable defensively. Alana Clemente, a couple of service aces, but 6 service errors on the night. Back to the line of service. Shucharovic cleans up the free ball. 24-21.
And this is Oregon going back to what worked for them, allowed them to pull away in the first set. Getting Wisconsin out of system, gifting free balls back over to the Ducks. Shucharovic, perfect execution, reading that free ball, putting the ball down.
Ducks on a 3-0 scoring run. That'll come to a close with the service error, the 7th on the night for Alana Clemente. Wisconsin has an opportunity, but it's set point for the Ducks. 24-22, trying to force a fifth set. Service ace this time from Grace Egan to keep things alive for the Badgers.
There's been a couple matches this year for Oregon where they've had set points against ranked teams, against great teams, and they haven't been able to finish, just need one.
Grace Egan will serve for the Badgers, right to left. Myers digs it out in the back row. Taylor, back set. Clemente trying to close it out. She misses a little strong. 24-24. That was almost a big blow from the freshman Alana Clemente.
That's at 3 set points. Clemente had a service error, and then the attack error right there. Couple reaching over the net violation earlier that didn't go his way. He's out of challenges for the rest of the match now.
Something that could play a factor if we go to a fifth set. Sophia Myers with a huge swing wants to get there. Collier cross body kept alive Fukumoto. Myers soft touch blocked back, joust at the net, won by Wisconsin. Violation on Oregon. Wisconsin takes the 1-point advantage and match point.
And Oregon is in disbelief on.
Will have match point. 25-24. Egan across. Fukumoto on the dig. Quick attack. Cora Taylor ties things up at 25 and keeps the Ducks alive.
Right when you think they're going to feed the hot-handed Myers or maybe Clemente from the back row, Cora Taylor surprises all of Matthew Knight Arena and the Badgers defense. Calling her own number.
Cora Taylor has 4 kills tonight. Has really used that sneak attack to her advantage, but a service error gives Wisconsin match point yet again, and who else to go back to the line of service? The 3-year Oregon Duck, Mimi Collier, trying to close out her former club. Shepard on the dig. Bump set. Joust at the net, won by Wisconsin. Clemente just has to pop it across. Corner in the middle. Collier cleans it up and finishes it off. Number 12, Wisconsin takes care of the Oregon Ducks 27-25 in set number 4.